Welcome back to our 31 Days of Challenge of Emotional Intelligence and Wellness. This is day 23. And today we're going to talk about managing expectation. Managing expectation. So let's go into the teaching, managing expectation. So managing expectation is a strong building block for relationships at home, work, and church. Managing expectation is a strong building block for building strong relationships at home, work, and church. Every relationship involves expectation. Every relationship involves expectations. Mismanaged expectation, when expectations are poorly managed, four negative emotions emerge. Number one will be anger. Number two will be sadness. Number three will be anxiety. And number four, shame. To manage expectations well, we begin with recognizing three essential characteristics. Three essential characteristics. One, they must be expressed. They must be expressed. Number two, they must be realistic. Number three, they may need to be negotiated. They may need to be negotiated. So there are simple strategies for negotiating or navigating or negotiating expectation. There are simple things that we can do. Number one, we must know role and responsibility. The scripture tells us how we are our roles and our responsibilities deciding when we read Ephesians 5:22 and Ephesians 6. It gives the role of the husband, the wife, the parent, the child, and us as employee, as we read. Number two, I want to speak on stability. Stability. What an amazing place to be in any relationship. Managing expectation is a price of peace in the marriage, in the family, and business, and at church. Let me say it again. Managing expectation is a price of peace in marriage, family, business, and the church. When this problem is unaddressed, it must be negotiated and go a long way to bring peace. When there is a problem that needs to be addressed, we must learn how to negotiate to come out with the one thing at the end, having peace at home and church. We must be willing to make change. We must be willing to make change. More than ever, we need to convince ourselves today of the reality that three things in life is sure. Three things in life are sure, and that is life, death, and taxes. Change will come and it will affect your expectation. Change will come and it will affect your expectation, but don't be moved. You say that. Even though change comes, don't be moved. So it's not a crisis, it's not an explosion, and it's not a meltdown. It is just a pinch. Let me say it again. Change will come. It's not a crisis. It's not an explosion. It's not a meltdown. It's just a pinch. The description occurred because the violation of expectation, the anxiety and resentment and blame and guilt, anger and bitterness are just some of the unhealthy fruit in a pinch. So again, no, it's not a crisis. It's not an explosion. It's not a meltdown. Don't blow up. catch yourself and manage your expectation. Also know it's a crunch. It's a crunch. At this point, a person has at least 4 options in a crunch: exit, quit, and stay, forgive, and forget. And say it again. In a crunch, person has 4 options. He either can exit, they can quit and stay, or they can forgive and forget. The pressure of negotiation is this: we must have 3 strategies. 1, plan to renegotiate. Plan to renegotiate. Number 3, premature reconciliation. Premature reconciliation. Number 3, pressure of renegotiation. Now, here is the goal, bottom line. The bottom line to us, for healthy managing these relationships and expectations, we must have unity and stability. We must have unity and stability in our church. We must have harmony and stability in our home. And we must have harmony and stability in the workplace. So here's the picture. We're at a dire scrap, or I would say we're at a point and where we feel like we cannot return. We're in a disruptive situation. But the bottom line is we have to realize what was the expectations. Were those expectations fully addressed? We have to go back and make room to make the change, have the ability to negotiate. At the end of the day, we want to have stability. We want to have peace. We don't want to keep drama. It's an old saying, you're the drama for your mama. Well, we don't want to have drama. We want to bring a solution. And that solution is always express your expectation, manage those expectations, and now never allow you to let someone else's expectation cause you to go in the wrong direction. Emotional intelligence is all about you taking control of you and being able to see or discern which way you want to put it, how others see things, and not be the one that just go off on a tangent. Manage your expectations. You have a clear understanding of someone else's expectation. And when you do that, you're going to have a peaceful and a fruitful life. Most people, the reason why they get in trouble, because they got mad with somebody because they didn't understand the expectation. Maybe it wasn't clearly heard, or maybe it wasn't clearly presented. But in every relationship, there will be expectations. Make sure you know those. That way, everything will be up. As we used to say, old folk, everything be copacetic. You want peace. That will come by knowing the expectation and clearly expressing those expectations. Have a great day, and we'll talk another time. Bye.